My name is Micol. I'm in Vienna right now, in Austria. I used to do product marketing, and then in September, I launched my own podcast. So that's what I'm currently working on. Funny because I feel like it did a lot for it, for the podcast, especially because everyone is confined and everyone is craving content and just things to do, to watch, to just sit at home and listen to podcasts, for example. This has actually been not too bad. I'm not going to complain about it. I've been able to work a lot, especially since I work from home anyway. Biggest challenge is obviously that I can't be with my coworkers, with my teammates, basically. I have two co-hosts who work very closely with me, and we also, record episodes together. And that was, we started doing that shortly before the COVID-19 outbreak. So now we have a lot of Zoom calls, and they're busy because they also have corporate jobs that they still need to work. And so it's a lot of trying to coordinate these things, and also working alone a lot has been, yeah, not the easiest, but that's just COVID-19 for you. Zoom calls, Skype. Um, we sometimes have these Zoom like wind downs where we sit and just talk to each other. I'm really glad that we have that medium right now, to be honest. Their sales must be skyrocketing. So yeah, and also, seeing my family from afar, for example, that's also been the best way to just connect with people again. I've learned that I like solitude more than I thought I would. I've always been I've always been a team player kind of individual. But working alone and making executive decisions on my own, because right now there's just no one to help me make those decisions um, as actively as I'd like them to, for example. It has made me feel empowered, though, in a way, because, I have to do what's important for me. I need to take responsibility. So even though we're all at home right now, for the most part, um, we there's still the sense of responsibility, and that's just nice because otherwise I'd just be a potato flying around. So definitely helped me realize how um, hmm, it strengthened bonds. That's what it did. It strengthened bonds with friends and with my family as well, because we definitely were going through a really, really rough time. And because of COVID-19, I was coincidentally, I was living with them for a little bit, and then COVID-19 happened, so I had to stay. And so we just became closer than ever. And that is something I never thought would happen. And just knowing who really cares in this crisis in a certain way, people who will carve out the time of their day to talk to you, even if it's just over a screen. Making these kinds of connections was really valuable in this time. Yeah. A lot more a thing that I want to do and less a thing that's being forced on me. But that's also because I decided to, start this thing on my own. Um, but it's a lot of that. It's a lot of how much can I do before I become unproductive, and before it's um yeah, before it just gets unnecessary for me to be here, basically. So I'm starting to understand my limits, and I'm starting to say, okay, sure, this needs to get out by the end of the week. So we start at the beginning of the week or whenever, however long the project takes. So that's been a really valuable lesson to just know when to stop and know when to say, this is too much for me, because then you just become unproductive.